This is Group 5, and in this presentation, we're going to be presenting against animal testing for the class Animal Science 67. The group members of Group 5 are Jessica Gonzalez, Viviana Rangel, and me, Guadalupe Millán. We're going to begin by defining animal testing. The definition of animal testing is that animal testing are procedures that are going to be performed on animals to research into basic biology, diseases, as well as the effectiveness of new medical products, and testing the human health and industry products such as cosmetics, cleaners, and many more products that are going to be used by humans. The definition of the against point of view is that animal testing is the harmful use of animals in any type of experiments and testing that is going to cause them any type of harm, suffering, or any long-term pain. This can be before testing, during testing, and after testing. But most of the time it's going to be the three of them. So the animal is going to be suffering in pain and in inhumane conditions before testing, during testing, and after testing. And even after testing, they're going to have many health issues, as well as their quality of life is going to be reduced.
Hello, my name is Viviana Rangel, and I will be presenting on the non-ethical aspects of animal testing and the history. These experiments cause pain to the animals involved, and it reduces their quality of life. Testing and experiments done in animals are done for human advantage only, but the benefits for humans are not proven to work most of the time. The level of suffering and the number of animals involved are both so high that the benefits to humanity do not provide moral justification. Human lives are valued more over animal lives. This idea causes many individuals to fail to understand that even though animals might not be at the same level as humans or aren't valued the same, this doesn't mean that animals don't feel the pain or can't undergo depression or anxiety after these experiments are conducted on them. Most of the time, these experiments don't even work, so we end up losing an animal or they become very ill. In terms of the history of animal testing can date back as far as 258 BC. It was mainly used by Greek physicians such as Aristotle and many others. Many physicians and scientists use animal testing to further understand the anatomy of animals and to perform surgical procedures on animals before practicing on humans because they have similar anatomical structures.
Current events. Cosmetic testing is now banned in Canada. As of June 2023, animal testing for cosmetic purposes has been outlawed in Canada following considerable campaigning and assurances. The Canadian government passed the legislation through the Budget Implementation Act, Bill C-47. In 2013, the European Union, or EU, was one of the first to implement a complete prohibition. Canada is the most recent of all over 40 countries to enact laws prohibiting or regulating animal testing for cosmetics. According to the Humane Society of the United States, 10 states now have laws against the sales of cosmetics that have undergone animal testing, and the country is currently attempting to establish a similar law known as the Humane Cosmetics Act. Many Canadians say this is long overdue and the ban has been years in the making. In 2015, the Cruelty-Free Cosmetics Act was first presented to the State Senate of Canada. The conservative law took 3 years to get to the Senate. April 2019 saw its first reading in the House of Commons. However, it failed when the year's election was announced. The demand to end the practice has only increased since then. Sociological importance. The use of animals in research and business-related safety testing has caused plenty of debate throughout the years. Many individuals have different views about the animals. When some see them as friends, others may see them as tools for further scientific study or medical care. Whatever one's opinions on animals, it is the truth that a research institution and cosmetic firms nationwide and internationally utilizes them for their own purpose. The pain, suffering, and death of these animals are not worth the potential advantages to the people. Even if the effective animal research often results in benefits to humans, animals do not willingly give up their lives to improve human well-being or develop new technologies. Animals' rights are violated when humans' decisions are made for them about their treatment in research circumstances, disregarding the welfare and quality of the animals' lives. Animals feel pain in many of the same ways animals do, as humans do. Their response to pain is very similar to the experience that humans have to pain. Animals used in tests may experience excruciating agony, with blindness, scarring, and death being the usual outcomes. For example, the Drace test is a controversial procedure which heavily received criticism for being unreliable and a senseless loss of animal life. In recent years, there has been a decline in the use of the Drace and the LD50 test for assessing product toxicity, and both products are still being utilized in some parts of the world. Stopping animal research is necessary to stop unnecessary loss of life, as using animals for cosmetic and laboratory testing subjects them to excruciating pain, suffering, and death. There is absolutely no need to test items on animals when there are effective alternatives. For instance, a lot of beauty businesses have looked into more effective ways to test their products without involving the use of animals or animal testing. Elf, Method, Wet n Wild, Lush, It Cosmetics, and Myers Cleaning Supplies are just to name a few examples of the companies in this list who do not test their products on animals or have any use of animals. They are cruelty-free. A synthetic cellular tissue that closely mimics human skin has been developed. Rather than experimenting on animals, researchers may use this artificial skin to examine the possible harm that a substance can bring to the skin. In addition to studying the effects of dangerous substances on human tissues and cells, computers have also been used to predict and simulate the possible harm that a product or chemical might produce. So there is a steep decline for the demand of animal testing from the technology we possess today.
Now we're going to be going over cultural importance. Religion plays a big role when it comes to the way humans are treating animals. The Judeo-Christian beliefs are typically used when talking about animals. One of these beliefs is that animals were meant to benefit humans, to be sacrificed, and to tend to human needs. This belief has been going around for years, and is making humans think that they are allowed to treat animals in inhumane ways. Inhumane treatment of animals by humans involves various forms of cruelty, such as abuse and exploitation, and this can occur in industries like farming, entertainment, and especially in animal testing. It has also been thought that humans have more purpose than animals. This is basically telling us that human lives have more value than animal lives, which isn't true. These ideas also allow people to believe that it is okay to use animals for research, testing, and experiments for the benefit of human lives. Activists against this practice and beliefs argue that animal lives have the same value as human lives, and this is where animal laws and rights are introduced. They come to protect animals as much as possible from suffering and pain, and they also come to protect animals to try to prevent them from going into testing. and to also prevent them from going into the inhumane conditions that they are kept in the animal testing places. Now we're going to be going over against animal testing. This group is against animal testing. Animal testing is cruel and inhumane. Animals used in experiments are commonly subjected to force feeding, as well as food and water deprivation, the infliction of burns and other wounds to study the healing process, and the infliction of pain to study the effects and remedies. And many more practices that is causing harm to animals on a daily basis. Animal testing isn't reliably predicting results in humans. Only 94% of drugs that pass animal tests are failing in human clinical trials. Over 100 stroke drugs and over 85 HIV vaccines fail in humans after being successful in animal trials. Nearly 150 clinical trials of treatments to reduce inflammation in critically ill patients have been undertaken, and all of them failed despite being successful in animal testing. This is showing us that only 6% of the products tested on animals are going to be successful for human use. And that 6% isn't a justification for the high amount of animals that are used for animal testing and they are dying every day and that are also going through different pain, suffering, and harm. Animal deaths. Each year, more than 110 million animals including mice, rats, frogs, dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs, monkeys, fish, and many more are killed in the US. For biology reasons, for biology lessons, medical training, experimentation, and chemical, drug, food, and cosmetic testing. In conclusion, we are against animal testing because it's unpredictable, as animals are not the same as humans when it comes to the anatomy. We have different bodies, different anatomy, and because of that, it's going to change the way that we react to one product and the way that an animal is reacting to the same product. The amount of money that is spent for research on one drug is really high, and only 6% of those drugs are going to be successful for human use. Also, only 19% of the deadly side effects on humans can be predicted by animal testing, meaning that meaning that 80% of the side effects that are going to have an effect on humans is going to be unknown. Animal testing is harmful. The only US law governing how animals are treated in labs is the Animal Welfare Act, AWA. This law is helping animals by making sure that they have more humane conditions in the places that they are kept while they are being tested on. But this law doesn't assure that the scientists are going to follow the regulations. A lot of experiments on animals tell us what is killing them, and it doesn't tell us what is going to cure humans. As I mentioned before, only 6% of the products and medications tested on animals are going to be successful in humans, and the other 94% is failing when they go to be tested on humans. And the amount of animals that are dying every single day and they're going through different pain and suffering and they're having long-term issues, either health issues or low quality life issues, isn't a justification for animal testing. Animal testing is cruel and inhumane. All major medical discoveries are not attributed to experiments on animals, meaning that animal testing isn't showing that is helping humans. Instead of helping humans, it's killing millions of animals every year, and is causing pain and suffering to a lot more animals on a daily basis, as well as the animal treatment in the places that the animals are kept in for the testing are inhumane. These places have inhumane conditions for the animals as well as the scientists are treating the animals in inhumane ways, making them suffer and making them have a less healthy life, and is reducing the quality of life of these animals while they are being tested on. This is why we stand against animal testing. Lastly, this slide has the links to the resources we use to be able to make this presentation. Thank you.